We're all on the edge of our dates. It's coming closer to the end of the year, and we all have questions on our mind. Where are things at? Now, Divine Masculines read, and especially, as I mentioned last week, the signatures of my guides have come in and they've really wanted me to speak directly to masculine energy and also in addressing the cross-watcher, obviously. Now, this week in the mix, it's quite funny because you are going through some ebbs and flows. You are having these reset energies. And I do directly see, even if there are some obstacles, you're also having some deep revelations. Very similar, Divine Feminine goes through some of these frequencies, and it can be an aspect of your awakening. We will pull clarifiers. There are two sections where it's discussing clearing heart chakra and cutting cords. And for some reason, I have this intuitive feeling it can also be linking to Divine Feminine. Sometimes, is it easier to make decisions away from the heart? Yeah, it can be, because we have no emotional entanglement. So that can be a positive thing coming through if you're having revelations about what you do and don't like. And I feel this heart chakra, this big question really coming up this week for you is about, where is your heart at? Okay, what are you passionate about? What are you not? I think this can be a very positive thing. And I think it's about getting really real about what you're investing in and where your passions are. So spiritually, straight off the bat, a card come out. I've kept it where it landed, which was linking to the crown energy. And it was to do with forgiveness. So there can be a lot of, like I said, heart chakra activation, clearing it, stepping forward, trying to make peace with the past, trying to make peace with the future. It also, the clarifier, and I'm just going to read it, the connection to it is forgiveness. Now, generally speaking, and especially moving into 2025 energy, you guys can be picking up on this, is because from a spiritual element, we are being forced to, there is in Chiron and the South Node going into Virgo, which is the higher heart chakra, which is Chiron, to reach forgiveness and do that integration so that we can manifest the highest possible outcomes over the next 2 years. So it says forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events. And this is where we get the healing, we get the clarity. It's like, right, I've got to get very real about what I'm fighting for, what I'm standing for. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So, this is perfect. This is a time where universe will show you what you don't like to give you clarity on what you do. And I think this is a week where, for many of you, you're getting extremely centered around that, extremely ready to fight for love and to get into that vibration of what is going to resonate for you more so. Moving along. Okay, past tense position, lessons were learned, but maybe it took you to this very moment. That's okay too. And it wasn't, you particularly could be looking back. And there are some kind of elements here, which is quite ironic that I said, hey, I'm being told I really need to address the masculines in the house and really discuss these vibrations so you have a deeper understanding of what's happening to you. Is, there are some energies coming through that is talking about mediumship and clairvoyancy and, workshops and crystals. So it's tapping into those resources, but it's also, universe is saying, can you please just trust yourself? Can you get to a space? It's a little bit like when we ask for the signs and synchronicities, yet our intuition is guiding us to act or deal with something in a certain way, and we keep looking outside ourselves and asking for the signs and synchronicities. Universe is like, I'm giving you the boat, do something about it. And I feel this is where you're getting to a space where, even if you spiritually wanted protection, wanted to feel safe, wanted to cut something out of your life, there are going to be some things you are going to cut out. There are going to be some things that maybe we spiritually can't undo, but they are what they are. And there is success here for you. There is a feeling that there is one particular person that you are really wanting to spend this time with, where you feel more in resonance with. And, it's your outcome card is Archangel Michael. And universe has your back. Universe wants you to fight for love. Universe generally will send you ambulances and police officers as a symbolism to, fight for that justice, to know that love is there. They will give you signs and synchronicities, and I feel that divine masculine is really experiencing it this week moving into New Year's Eve. A lot of times we can be in simulations, we can be in dynamics where it could be a trigger point that actually brings these vibrations about. And so, for an example, it could be that, say you've had a loved one that's passed over. A lot of times their energy can be around you at pivotal times, and that can be anniversary dates of passing, anniversaries of birthdays, marriages. And so their frequency will be that. And yes, with Neptune direct, tapping into your dreams and getting the signs and leveling up is going to be something very significant that we're going to feel about addressing those dreams now with Neptune direct. So your heart chakra is being cleared. You're looking to the past and you're looking to the resources. And that, maybe some of this, Dana Scully and Mulder, the X-Files, it doesn't make sense. But at the same time, you are being supported in your heart space. You have crystal clarity where it comes to your heart chakra. In your heart space, the energy of crystal supports you and helps you with your present situation. So the crystal clarity of knowing what you feel in your heart is the key to this. Going into your heart space, not but they're going to be hurt, or this will upset the apple cart. It's going into the you, the self, the I, how you feel about what you're not passionate about. It's going to give you clarity about what you are passionate about in the heart space, and what you don't want to cut out of your life, and what you are willing to fight for. And we do have visualizing success. So it's when you do that and you're very clear about what you are and not wanting to cut out, and even the reasons why maybe delays have been there. You could be seeking guidance, okay? For some of you, it could be that you feel, hey, your psychic energy is increasing, your intuitive energy, trusting your instincts. You also have a way at times to attract individuals that are lower frequency. That's because you are a light beacon, and because you directly maybe have gone through some karmic lessons, especially with the previous transit of Pluto and Capricorn. There could have been some hard yards you went through. And it's going to be very interesting as we do move into 2025, and it is going to be quite critical that we do care for ourselves and nurture ourselves, and not utilize vices to suppress that dream, to suppress that spiritual element of ourselves, that we can actually go towards these things. So intuitively, you do have instincts here. You do have the guidance. These can be coming through in your dream state. You also have a very, very deep interconnection with your twin flame. And so this at times can be where you instinctually can embody their feelings. You can feel reminiscent. You can feel emotional. It's okay to be a bit like, oh gosh, that's a bit much. But at the same time, it's also necessary to understand that that physically does exist, even if it doesn't make sense. Divine feminines also, through their awakening, have gone through this process, and at times there was that questioning mind, and it is perfectly normal for you to understand that. And it's funny because we do have the clear yourself. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. You've got to be careful who you circle yourself with. You are being protected, but again, there is a choice here. And you are a fighter. You are an individual that can ascend. I mean, last week we had the frequency of the Phoenix rising. This week we have the 3D and things really coming up. And a decision that you made last week, it's really flowing through this week. For you to proceed, for you to fight, for you to actually get through and, addressing the elephant in the room. You're working very closely with Archangel Michael at this point in time, who is protecting you and guiding you through this situation. We're going to move into clarifying and seeing and elaborating upon this reading to see what more they have to tell you. Okay. You got union. Yeah, don't second guess your decisions. Know that, don't look at the past as a negative. That's what I will say. Look at it as a toolkit to bring you to who you are today. Even if you did make decisions in the past, who you are today is the new defining status. So it's about where you stand right now, not how you felt many moons ago. How do you feel today? What do you feel you want to, move towards? Sometimes our heartstrings can directly be pulled through manipulation or guilt or expectations. You do have in your heart space a desire to have union. And the union first and foremost will happen with you making peace with it in your heart space and being crystal clear about what you want and making absolute no apologies about it. And I feel this is really what's coming through for you, Divine Masculine. Okay, what do we need to know about cutting cords? Yeah, there could be a delay. This could be with a karmic situation, but again, you feel very, very clear. You feel very determined, very focused. Yeah. I love it when the gods communicate the same thing I've said. Okay, cutting the cords. Do not make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. This is why I said don't worry about yesterday. Don't worry about what connection you made or where you were. What's happening today? I mean, look at your crowning energy. I know what I do and don't love. We can make excuses about it through guilt, fear, anxiety, expectations. The cutting cords card in reverse is that you can't cut a cord with something you really love and have a spiritual contract with because there's lessons, growth, a soul contract, a previous incarnation. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. And so, if it is a person who you're feeling guilty about kind of leaving behind in the past, could be tribe, it could be family, it could be a karmic situation, it could be the past, and, could this person forgive me? Will my divine feminine forgive me? Whatever it is, whatever you feel you desire, this is about you no longer feeling guilty. And, trials and tribulations, you can't make this up. I haven't had this come out. Now, the other card that came out as a clarifier for cutting cords, twin flames, your passion ignites. Like it's, within the twin flame collective and within the twin flame energy, it is there to help you both grow. There is a connection. You may not be ready when you first meet each other. There is a growth factor. Unfortunately, sometimes other entanglements can happen and changes can happen. But it is about being authentic in the new version of you. Very similar to if we were in a stock standard relationship, deem it soulmate, deem it just a connection. We have history with people, so it is very, very natural to feel guilty that suddenly we have changed. But it's also beautiful and loving and authentic to say, hey, I acknowledge the previous connection, that, the one in which you feel you're outgrowing, the skin that you spiritually are shedding, acknowledging and taking a moment for it, but also honoring now who you are, which is unconditional love to that person, to release them and to allow them to be where they need to be, to grow, to ascend, to transform and address their things they need to in a non-codependent fashion. It enables them to grow. This also enables you to be free for your next chapter, to move and ascend forward. We will love you and leave you. This looks like a beautiful outcome and revelation for you, especially as Archangel Michael is on your side. Take care. If you do wish to join a YouTube membership, we have a wonderful community that's very, very supportive on this journey, and we share, we read charts, we chime in with each other. So if you do want to become part of that community, come through and join a YouTube membership. Yes, next year it's shifting, and I will give you all the details where it's going to be. There's going to be lots of education, content, support, workshops, and more. I'll see you soon.